Aloha, it's Kiana, and here are today's top Hawaii headlines from the editors at the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Also, mahalo to Longs Drugs Hawaii for sponsoring the show. Head on over to your neighborhood Longs Drugs for all your shopping needs. Only 1,245 passengers boarded Honolulu Skyline on Wednesday. It was the first day of paid ridership for the city's $9.8 billion rail project. Wednesday's figures are a steep drop from the more than 18,000 passengers who rode Skyline for free on the 4th of July. More than 71,000 passengers passed through the rail's gates over its initial free-to-ride period, which ran from Friday through Tuesday. Nearly 9,000 riders crammed into trains during the first 4 hours of service on Friday. Over 14,200 passengers rode Skyline on Saturday, and 17,500 riders were recorded on Sunday. The number of passengers dropped to just under 13,000 on Monday and hit about 18,100 on Tuesday before crashing to 1,245 yesterday. A previous forecast from the Department of Transportation Services said Skyline would see an average of 8,000 to 10,000 riders per day. Hawaii's cesspools could soon become a big problem as climate change raises seawater levels. Hawaii has 83,000 cesspools, more than any other state, and about 20% are less than 0.6 of a mile from shore. Rising seas are eroding Hawaii's coast near homes with cesspools. It's also pushing the island's groundwater closer to the surface, allowing waste in the cesspools to mix with the water table and flow into the ocean. Scientists say cesspool pollution may one day filter into streets and parks in low-lying former wetlands like the Mapunapuna area. 6 years ago, the state has mandated the removal of all cesspools by 2050, but conversion is costly and an initial tranche of grant money quickly ran out in March. On Oahu, the city plans to spend $50 million to lay sewer lines to Ewa Beach. That will eliminate nearly 1,000 of the island's 7,500 cesspools, but experts say solving the problem will require significantly more thought and money. OceanGate, the company that owned the submersible that imploded on its way to explore the wreck of the Titanic, has suspended operations. The firm made the announcement through its website today. Investigators believe OceanGate's Titan submersible imploded as it made its descent into deep North Atlantic waters on June 18. All 5 people on board were killed, including OceanGate CEO and Titan pilot Stockton Rush. Also killed were Shahzada Dawood and his son Suleiman Dawood, British adventurer Hamish Harding, and Titanic expert Paul Henry Narjolet. Passengers paid $250,000 to participate in the voyage. The U.S. Coast Guard has convened a Marine Board of investigation into the implosion and plans to hold a public hearing at a later date. 2 men were seriously injured after being attacked by a machete-wielding suspect in Kalihi. Police said the attacks happened just after midnight, and one man said that the attacker assaulted him with a machete and took his vehicle. Another man also reported being assaulted by the same person who fled the scene. The suspect remains unidentified. Honolulu Emergency Services responded at about 12:30 and treated the 2 men. One victim had severe lacerations to his head and back, while the other had contusions to his head and a laceration on his arm. Both were taken to a hospital in serious condition. HPD has opened a first-degree robbery investigation, but no arrests had been made as of this morning. Long-term U.S. mortgage rates climbed to their highest levels since November this week. The jump is pushing up borrowing costs for home buyers who are already facing heated competition in a housing market short on homes. Mortgage buyer Freddie Mac reported that the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage averaged 6.81% this week, up from 6.71% last week. A year ago, the average rate was at 5.3%. The rate for a 15-year mortgage climbed to 6.24% from 6.06% last week. It was at 4.45% 1 year ago. The latest uptick follows a sharp upward move in the 10-year Treasury yield, which climbed above 4% this week for the first time since early March. High rates can add hundreds of dollars a month in costs for borrowers. That limits how much they can afford in a market that is already unaffordable for many Americans. For more on these stories and all the latest headlines, subscribe to the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Visit Hawaii's top source for breaking news online at staradvertiser.com and download the Star-Advertiser mobile app. Mahalo, have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.